recording? Yeah. Okay. Welcome back to the kitchen of Mama. Today we're gonna make some ensalada de nopales, some cactus salad. Okay, here's our cactus that's been cleaned and washed, and it's just a little bit big. If you can see the chunks, I'm gonna cut it up a little bit more because the chunks are way too. I'm gonna cut up the nopales, the cactus, and I'm gonna put it in this pot here. And then I'm going to add water to the pot and boil it, okay? And the reason why I want to boil it is because I don't want it raw, because if I eat it raw, it'll be too raw, too bitter. So I'm going to cut it up a little bit and add a little bit of salt and boil it. So of course you're going to add the salt once it's boiling. So anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just cut it, add it to the pot, and boil it, and we'll go. Okay, so as you can see, put water with the nopales. Okay, so I cut it up a little bit smaller, well actually a lot smaller, and we're gonna boil it with a little bit of water, about half a pot, and we're gonna boil it in medium heat. Just gonna let it sit there for approximately 5 minutes, give or take. And what's gonna happen is the nopales are gonna let go of the slime, so we want to drain it afterwards. Okay, so we're gonna put the nopales in the water, we're gonna boil it, and we're gonna add a little bit of salt. I think that's enough, and we'll just let it sit. In the meantime, we're gonna cut up some cilantro, some onion, and some tomato, which are the other ingredients that are nopales salad is gonna be recording. Okay. So pay no attention to this stuff, okay guys? This is just garbage, basically, the stuff that I don't want, so that I'm not running back and forth to the trash can, just dumping it in here. So I'm gonna take a purple onion, as you can see, and I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm only gonna use a half of a purple onion. You can use yellow or red or green or orange or yellow or blue or black, or I don't care what color you use, but just use an onion, okay? And since I'm not a professional, this is the way that I cut the onion because it's just the easiest for me to do. And you can cut it whichever way you want. It's up to you. Just try not to cut your fingers off because it hurts. It's happened to me before. No, for real, it has. Really has. Okay? So then all I do is this. You see? And it's really nicely diced. Now with the onion, we're not going to do anything other than just cut it, and we're going to put it in our salad bowl. Okay, I'm going to cut it up real nice here. Put it in our salad bowl. And I'm going to cut up the rest of this onion, and I'll be right back. What did you tell me? Okay, so you cut up the onion. Now we're going to cut up some cilantro. Again, the cilantro, we're not going to do anything with it except cut it really nice and fine. And we're going to throw it in the mix over here with the salad bowl. Okay? So with this salad, like I said, you can eat carne asada with it. You can use it as a salsa. Not really, but you can if you want. You can eat it by yourself. The way I'm going to eat it today is with tostadas. Okay? And or chips, and I'm gonna add some queso fresco, some fresh cheese on the top of it once it's all done and ready. So let me cut this up here real quick. And this ensalada de nopales is a little bit different than the one that I showed you before in the previous video. The other one's got you add jalapeno to it. You add the jalapeno vinegar to it. You add carrots, you add cabbage, you add other stuff to it. This one's a little bit more plain. It's a little bit simpler to make, and it's also quicker, easier to make. So we're just gonna add that right there. We're gonna check on the nopales real quick, see if they're boiling yet, see if they're letting go of all the slime. They're gonna get pretty slimy. So I'm gonna check on it right now. They should be changing color a little bit, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the nopales are changing color. As you can see, they're turning a little bit more of a muddy green type color. This is the original color. Notice the difference. This color and that color. That's a little bit darker. You see? It's turning a little bit darker than the original green color that it was. That means that it's boiling. It's cooking. It's starting to cook. This is about the amount that I used for the nopales, and I cheated. I got it at the dollar store. And yeah, it's really cheap. You can make a really cheap meal just from stuff that you get at the dollar store. So this meal today is going to cost us about $2, maybe $2.50 with all the stuff that we got. And for this meal, including the tostadas, no, maybe $5 for the entire meal. And it's going to be about, how many people? I don't know, 5 people that we're going to eat with $5. So it's a good meal. So this is about the amount. I just cut it up really nice and diced it really nice. My mama said she's whispering in my ear that it's 12 ounces or 16 or something like that. But anyway, it's a bag about this big. You do the math. Okay, so checked on the nopales. Actually, I cheated, guys. I added a little bit more than the bag that I told you because I just found out we got some visitors. So I gotta make sure that we have enough for everybody. So anyway, I added a little bit more nopales to that pot, but it's basically another bag of what I showed you earlier. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking out with a spoon, taking out the seeds of the tomato so it's not too runny. I'm gonna cut some tomato up, just like that, and I'm gonna cut it up, dice it up, chop it up, whatever you want to call it. Whatever makes you feel happy. I don't care. There's no right or wrong way to do it because it's all going to the same place. To the toilet! No, just kidding. It's going to the stomach. And then to the toilet! So there's really no wrong way to do it. It really depends on how you prefer to do it. I like it doing it this way because look, you see? Nice and fine. Okay? Fine enough. Anyway. It can be chunkier if you like it chunkier. It could be smaller if you like it smaller. Just don't cut off your fingers because fingers, chunks of meat, and blood are not part of the recipe. So we're now adding some tomato, and you probably noticed that there's some lime here. We're not going to mix lime into this stuff, okay? This doesn't get lime. The lime is for the end for whoever likes lime. Maybe a little bit of, tiny bit of lime, maybe a tiny bit of salt if it doesn't have enough salt. But we'll check it in the end before we serve anything, and we'll add a little bit of lime because I like it with lime. And you guys may or may not like lime, so it's up to you if you want to add it or not. So, okay. So, and if you don't like this video, you suck. Because my videos are cool. Because my mama's right and you're wrong, Colonel Sanders. So anyway, just gonna cut it up. Just like that. And in here, and we're gonna cut one more tomato, just like that. Take out the seeds. Check it out. You see? It's done. It's soft. Okay? Al dente. It's not overly cooked. It's still a little bit crunchy, but it's not so soft that it's soggy or too soft. Okay, you don't want it to be too soft. You want it to be kind of like pasta. This is like the Mexican pasta. Okay, you don't want it to be too soggy or too soft. You want it to be just enough, al dente. Okay. Okay, so I got some running water here, cold water. And I want the slime. Remember I told you it was going to release some slime? I want to get rid of the slime, so I want to mix the cold water. You see all that? That's just slime right there. So I want to get rid of all that stuff right here. Okay? So I want to pour it, all the old water out, and drain out all the slime with cold water. I want to chill it before I mix it and serve it. Because I don't want my cilantro, my onion, and my tomato to cook with the nopales hot the way they are, with the cactus the way it is. Okay? It's like a salad. It's supposed to be cold, it's supposed to be crisp, it's supposed to be chilled. Okay? So this is what I'm doing, this is how I do it. And if you like slime and you want to eat it like that, that's up to you. If you want to eat it as a soup, that's up to you. It's just not my style. But it's up to you, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. Okay, so It's nice and cool now. You gotta taste the nopales to make sure that it's not too salty, because if it's too salty, if you added too much water, too much salt in the water when you were boiling it, then it could potentially be too salty. So you gotta make sure you taste it first. So in this case, this one's a little bit salty. I wasn't a little bit happy with the salt, so I'm not gonna add extra salt to it. Okay? This is all I do. I add it up. It's nice and cool now. It's cooled off. And I'm gonna toss it. Okay, maybe not toss it. I'm gonna mix it. Okay? Mix it up. Look how beautiful that is. Oh yeah! You don't add lime. You don't need to add anything else to it. It's just basically finished. All you gotta do is just mix it up really well so it's nice and even all the way around. Okay? That's pretty much it. Now, I got some queso fresco here, some fresh cheese, made straight from my goat into your kitchen. I'm kidding, it's not. I got it from the store. Anyway, this is pretty much done. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a tostada or two. Taran. Okay, check it out. Okay, now I'm gonna cut up a piece of lime. Okay, tiny bit of lime. Just like that. And tiny bit of fresh cheese. Queso fresco. Okay? That's it. Tostadas de nopales. Or a nopales salad tostada. Okay? Enjoy, guys. I hope you like it.